Buddy was on 200 ping. And he's the leader of this team. He has the most experience both in lands and out. And he is the key to this roster. And with him on 200 ping, I don't know how well we can read into that, especially since it was a virtual show match. But hey, tomorrow it's going to be close. But today, it's a heater to kick things off. Of course, is Ole Miss and Maryville. And this very well should determine the #1 seed of this group.
Well, TJ, why not get into it? Why don't we settle this?
Why not?
Why stop? Let's just stop speculating about who the better team is today, which one showed up. Let's find out on the pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking off Group B. Ole Miss versus Maryville coming up next.
We are at a beautiful Rocket League pitch at an even more beautiful venue here at the Hangout in Myrtle Beach. And it's just a perfect combination of talent and focus. And this right here is going to be arguably one of the top games of this entire thing. But there's only one way to see if it's going to live up to the hype. And it's going to be right here with a close kickoff.
Absolutely. And it goes in favor of Maryville, but quickly scooped up and trying to get the clear out is Ole Miss. I expect this, and we've talked about this in earlier casts, right? This is a best of 3. This is not much at all. They don't have time to figure each other out. They have to come out swinging. So I feel like an early goal or an early demolition might set the tone for the aggression they're trying to bring. And here's an early shot from Knight. It's not going to land, quickly swatted away. And here's another one, the aggression from Maryville coming early.
You don't want to do what West Virginia did. They started slow. They tried to play the, hey, let's figure out what this team is. But in the best of 3 at this level, you simply don't have that time. You must attack every opportunity you get, and you must be so consistent, just like Lunar off the backboard, and it almost finds the back of the net.
Incredible stuff from this team early so far. C-Money going to be coming off the back wall here. He's going to have one to beat. He's got help in stealth. A nice pinch over to the corner. This one's high up for Knight, though. Going to win that one at midfield. Back and forth, these teams are going. Still scoreless, 1 minute and 15 seconds into game 1. We talked about defense, and these teams are bringing it both ways. We haven't had too many crazy shots that people have really had to come through and make saves on just yet. But I expect that to change as these teams get comfortable.
You will not see these games be high scoring, but they will be high octane, high energy, as now C-Money gets a 1v1 in a demo, but it's gonna have to end up being a 50 for stealth, cloaking his way through the midfield. Team pinch the backboard. Nobody's gonna touch it yet, but somehow Maryville gets away with this one as Adam gets a dunk. Is there a second man inside? He's waiting patiently. Stealth, soft touch, can't beat Knight. Knight going middle, but nobody there.
Now over to the side, Adam. Beat out by C-Money. Now Buddy, only one to beat here, pinched to the middle. Adam not going to be there in time, but there is another back in Knight. Now high around midfield. C-Money with an opportunity, swatted away by the defense of Maryville.
So far, it is exactly what we expected. It is neck and neck. This is not going to be like the top seed of Group A. This group is dangerous top to bottom, and these two teams are going to give you a taste of what to expect for the next couple hours, but we can't look that far ahead. We got to look at the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A full half has been played and no goals, but now Maryville, last man back. We'll see if he gets 50'd, and he will. Ball's going to go off ceiling. Is anybody in the area? It's C-Money waiting patiently. Gets a 50, but that's a massive win for Buddy.
And now Lunar having to get back with stealth at his heels. And now C-Money gonna rotate. They're getting this ball away from their goal very effectively, but they're not able to quite get the clears needed to transition that into an offensive possession. As I say that, stealth attacking, punched way out to midfield, gonna be collected again by C-Money. Seemingly no team able to get a real good stronghold on this pitch.
And that's a massive dunk, and now Stealth's got a chance to find a teammate middle. It's a wide open net, and 2 blue players stare at it, and Maryville will just simply walk away with that one.
Caught him sleeping.
We'll see Adam and Buddy get out of their halves. Now Buddy looking for the counterattack, but nothing yet. But Adam's got a shot, bottom left, but it's gonna be pushed just a little wide.
Now Lunar gonna be meeting Knight around the Maryville net. This one's over in the corner now. Buddy, a nice clear over to Knight, beat out by C-Money.
Knight with no boost. There's only so much he can do there, and Ole Miss doing a good job at controlling the pace. When they're on, they are on, and Maryville looks a little slow to it, but now they're starting to pick up the pace. 1 minute left, a chance at a shot here, but it's a rip downfield instead. Now Stealth off the sidewall, looking for another, will be met by Maryville, but Lunar right back on it. Ball's going ceiling. Lunar's got a chance to put one on. It's not gonna be a shot.
Been really impressed so far with C-Money's performance and how he's kind of leading this team. Obviously, you said that he's sitting in the middle of the three of them, right? Being able to communicate and make sure that the entire team is staying calm, especially opening up Group B competition in a packed venue.
Now Stealth gonna try and open up the mechanics in this game. It's a flip reset on the long dominance. After a longer battle, they take the lead.
And what a time for a goal to come through for Ole Miss. 28 seconds left on the clock, and they have the score lead, 1-0. This would be a fantastic way to close out game number 1 for Ole Miss.
The less room you have in a series, the more important each living second gets. And now Ole Miss looking very confident to take game 1, but they must survive another 15 seconds. And right now, Ole Miss keeping the pressure on. Ball's gonna roll to the other corner. Stealth trying to keep the pressure over one. Will have to trade his life for that beat. Now Lunar beating one again. And with 5 seconds left, the Sharks swimming in the water, suffocating the Maryville defense. And now it's gotta come down to this. 0 seconds left, ball still in the air, player there. Ball still up off the ceiling. It's gonna be a slight double touch, and Ole Miss takes game 1.
I want to make more shark puns.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the right time, but...
Well, now they've drawn blood, all right?
There you go.
So they might smell blood in the water. Here we go. I snuck it in. We got it. Fantastic opening from Ole Miss. They fought hard. It was a 0-0 scoreline for 4 minutes and 32 seconds out of that game. Finally coming through with the last goal of the match. And now they're going to sit comfortable in a 1-0 against a very scary Maryville team. But if we know these teams at all, they're coaching up. They're going, okay, settle down. As you had mentioned earlier today, goldfish mentality. Forget what just happened. Play to the task at hand.
Yeah, I mean, they are razor focused right now. But the biggest thing that we talked about in some of the earlier games today is the meta difference in teams. Some teams, they'll laugh, they'll crack jokes, they will smile and have fun. And for some, that's what it takes to reach the next level. But Maryville, they've won national championships. They've been a major part of our LCS teams. They've won hundreds of thousands of dollars combined. They are absolutely locked in right now heading into game 2.
Well, we'll see what prevails, the stoic Maryville or the joking around, having a good time at this point in Ole Miss esports.
And they're having a fun time, but there is absolutely no joke about that game 1 coming down to the wire. And this is, again, this is the show that we came to see. This is what we travel here for. And Ole Miss gonna try and keep the momentum heading into game 2.
Back and forth. Remember, folks, Ole Miss, only goal in this series so far. We're just starting now game number 2. But once again, back and forth. Maryville applying a little bit of pressure, or attempting to get it out of their side at least. Having a little bit of trouble as Lunar and C-Money continue the onslaught. But
wait a minute.
Maybe that might help. A pair of demos to try and reset the tempo of the match. And hopefully Maryville be able to get that in and reset their mentals here.
When you have 6 players who are all so extremely talented, you wonder who's gonna be the X factor, who's gonna rise above the rest. For Maryville, I feel like it has to be Buddy. He is the center of this team. He's gotta play probably a little more aggressive, maybe get a few more shots on, but Ole Miss, I mean, it's C-Money. He's loud, he's energetic, they're having fun, and right now they're still keeping that pressure, but Maryville got a chance to drop one on the Ole Miss head. 1-0.
Well, I was talking to Buddy before the matches, and we had some pregame interviews, right? And he was absolutely saying, well, I'm not one of those people that can actually take over the game so much anymore. I really rely on Buddy and Knight to recognize what needs to be done in a match. I step back from my IGL perspective, and I'm more of a facilitator, so these guys can take over. But look out, Ole Miss reply almost immediately. We've got a 1-1 scoreline.
It's an instant return for Ole Miss, but I will touch on the Maryville point. Originally in that interview, I thought that it was going to be Knight in the middle of the team. but it seems like something changed while they were traveling. Something on the flight over made them realize that they're going to stick to their guns and what they're used to. But what they're not used to is Lunar flip resetting, looking for a bump. What a save from Adam.
Oh man, Ole Miss is bringing it right now. And Maryville finally starting to apply a little bit more pressure. Adam off the sidewall, looking for a pass to Buddy. Buddy's gonna have to get back now. Knight waiting in the wings against the net. And he's gonna be able to move this one along the side, beating out C-Money there at midfield. An opportunity, another opportunity in Buddy off the back wall. Now Adam, all three taking chances, but neither one of them sinking. But they're not done yet. Buddy here in midfield, now finally going maybe in the way of Ole Miss, but no. Buddy continuing this onslaught as the pressure is applied. The possession in Maryville solely.
But now Ole Miss already looking to leak out, and that's what is dangerous about the Sharks, is that it doesn't matter how many players. You can have 3 Maryville players shoot, it'll all be saved, and then Lunar will still leak upfield, and that's a close shot from him.
Moving over to midfield. Lunar with a touch, pass to Stealth into the corner. Now maybe having a bit of a miscommunication there. And finally giving Maryville a bit of room to breathe, and they punch it down to Ole Miss side of the pitch. Now Lunar gonna go coast to coast perhaps.
Off the wheels of Adam, and now there's 2 Ole Miss players. Ceiling, Lunar gets a dunk, but there's another Maryville player. It's Buddy getting one out, but now it goes right to Stealth, who's got not a lot of boost, but enough to dunk it middle. Now Lunar, quick touch towards the net. Ball goes off the corner. Here comes C-Money, won't cash out.
Adam looking for some boost. Buddy both starved at the moment. Gonna be trying to replenish those, and now on the side of Ole Miss, they're gonna be looking to get a little bit more boost because they are the ones in trouble. As Adam looking for one, a double touch off the back wall, and Adam taking the score line to 2-1. That's a lead Maryville sorely needed late into game 2.
It's a double touch with 4 wheels, and it's a flip reset that gives him the power needed to sink it right side and give Maryville their first lead of the series.
Unbelievable stuff here. Adam looking to clear this one basically off his goal line there, off the kickoff. That's something that Ole Miss was able to do earlier in this game, even off kickoff, strike back immediately. So just being able to avoid that one.
I gotta hold my horses here. We're sitting here trying to analyze, but they keep on scoring, and that's what you love about high-level Rocket League, is that the action simply never ends. And Ole Miss trying to keep that going by picking up a goal, but it might be Maryville finding their third. Ceiling, ball coming down, double touch, not gonna find the bottom corner.
And you were saying, Octane is picking up. Boy, is game 2 looking completely different from game 1. We've got 3 goals on the board so far. Minute and 10 left. Knight back to swap this one away. Gonna beat out Ole Miss here in the corner. He's got to go to the other side. A little bit of help with the pressure coming from Ole Miss. Now Adam off the back wall. Lunar goes up for it. A nice 50-50 in favor of Ole Miss, but Buddy there to clear.
That's Lunar from behind the Maryville player, and now it's Lunar immediately taking a shot. He is on both ends of the pitch, and that's what it takes to bring your boys in. But now you got to watch out for the 1v1.
Hello.
What a save from Lunar. Now, quick counterattack. Passing over. Teammate will have to wait. Takes a soft touch. Now going middle. Knight going to get bumped out. Is there a player there? No, and now Buddy back forward, but Lunar blocks it out.
30 seconds left on the clock here for Maryville to hang on to push this to a game 3. Ole Miss, knowing they have 20 seconds, can easily get this done and send us to an overtime. Will they be able to pull it off? Currently needing to get out of their own backfield, but Adam having none of that. Stealth punching it up, and this is just dropping right in front of the blue goal. Ole Miss running out of time. Here's an opportunity of 50-50, but Maryville might have survived this one.
Oh, don't say that yet.
Ball is not down, though.
Now it is. Oh, I thought you were about to cast or curse it, but wow. It's almost a complete flip from game 1. Maryville suffocating Ole Miss this time in the last 30 seconds, and an incredible turn for them.
Yeah. I mean, to get that, and this is the first LAN win, right, today. And actually, this team, as of this roster, has never been to a LAN together. So this actually is their first LAN win together.
Okay.
Pretty exciting.
Well,
but it's just one game. Job's not done, right? This is just one game of one series. They've got plenty more to play. Boy, oh boy, but just getting that first one off, that monkey off your back, especially against a great team like Ole Miss. I don't know what's going to happen in Game 3. Bearlight and I said this earlier. Like when two teams are just smashing each other's faces in, what's going to happen in Game 3?
Well, momentum in going into Game 3 is shaky, but the setting and the absolute odds and everything at stake is firm as can be. We find ourselves heading to Champions Field once again, and we said this earlier, so I'm going to say it again. A storied field contributing to these stories of these teams. They have never played head-to-head before. This is their first time playing against each other, and now in Game 3, it's dead even with one more.
And what a place to settle it. Championship Field.
Champions Field has been the setting for so many incredible stories, so many incredible plays, and so many players have graced it with their axles. But we'll see if Ole Miss and Maryville can grab some of that championship or Champions Field magic. You got me messing up now. And now we'll see Lunar getting one middle. Yeah, a little bit of a test. And now Ole Miss is going to try and test Maryville here. But again, it's a matter of which defense was actually going to be consistent. Because in Game 1, it was all Ole Miss. Then in Game 2, it was all Maryville. So it's an absolute toss-up right now. Maryville looking good.
Yeah, Maryville already applying the pressure, but Lunar maybe single-handedly running this coast to coast. Adam needing to get in the way of that one. And Knight backing up out to the corner, over to midfield here. Once again, back and forth these teams are going. And the rotations have been really solid from both squads to make sure that nobody's out of position at any one point. But if the moment that they are, know for sure the other team's going to pounce on that opportunity.
And teams are so consistent, but what makes the difference is what do they do off the ball? Where are the bumps? Where are the demos? We obviously haven't seen that many, and that is the key to RLCS and CRL right now, is now Ole Miss finally starting to create some opportunities. It's a double commit, but still Maryville's alive.
And what a time to come together. And we're back to kind of Game 1 vibes, right? 0-0 scoreline, a minute and a half in. But you can already tell it's starting to pick up. And what a save from C-Money, sitting right on the goal line with both a player and a ball flying right at him. Perfectly played there to survive into a 0-0 continuation.
And both teams are so close to scoring. What we're seeing as a difference in Game 2 versus this game is now we're starting to see everybody get cut. We're starting to see players up for the same ball. Every shot, every pass is contested. As what a dunk there from Stealth.
And do you think communication is staying at an all-time high? Do you think that panic starts to set in for either of these squads as the tensions build?
You can take any other school's name other than Maryville or West Virginia, and I'd say yes. But these schools experience, these players ready to step up to the occasion. That's a nice redirect, but it's not going to make a lot of space. Now Maryville with once again another late flick into a counterattack. Now ball goes middle. It's a backboard pass, no double, third man, top ends, not going to find the back of the net.
Wow, what a shot from Adam. No defense needed to help that. The goal was the fourth player on the field, the crossbar, as it oftentimes is. But using that momentum, using that aggression, those shots, you know that you can continue to pour them on, and that's what Maryville's going to continue to try to do. Now, here at midfield, C-Money going for it. Oh my God, can you believe what we just watched?
The pass coming from the stars, and Lunar out of this world getting there to that one. Dead center, uncontested, beats Knight. 1-0.
That was insane. It came down so fast, and the perfectly timed collapse on the goal gives Ole Miss a 1-0 lead. 2 minutes left in Game 3. This is exactly what we're talking about between Harrisburg and WVU. This could very well determine who comes out the number one seed in this group based on general vibes.
Well, unlike Game 3 of that series, this one's coming down to the wire. It's a 1-goal separation, and now we're starting to see teams get a little anxious. A few double commits and a few players out of position, but Buddy is not. Goes middle, but Lunar reads it. But wait a minute, it's another player. Actually, is going to be Ole Miss getting the counter. Dunk comes out. Ball staying in the Maryville half. Lunar looking to get one middle, and will. There's 3 Maryville players there to stop that one, and now the counter off the ceiling, coming down. Flip reset, down to a player, but he opts not to shoot. He tries to give it to another, and Maryville will not score.
Ole Miss is doing a really good job turtling right now, getting back to the goal line. You see at least two oftentimes sitting there when an assault from Maryville is coming through. And it's especially with that last assault. Oh my God! The pass from C-Money over to Stealth. Let's have another look real quick. A beautiful pass into the bump to open up the net for Stealth. What a play. The facilitation from C-Money.
I'm speechless. I believe Buddy was trying to backflip to avoid the bump, but then he actually got kind of put into it as now, I believe a fake kickoff was the goal there of Maryville, and it might work for him as now the counter, very quick, backboard's wide open. What a save from Lunar.
Wow. If you wanted one fast, that was the way to get it, and Maryville unfortunately not going to secure that one. Still 45 seconds left on the clock for Maryville to pull this one out, but no goal to their name so far in this game just yet. They have been hard to come by for either team.
And Ole Miss just fighting even though they are most definitely not an underdog, out of the top four, many of us had them finishing third or fourth, and this win is massive, but they're 30 seconds away, but Maryville not letting up just yet. Foot is still on the gas, pass is still going middle. Is there a player? It's not a Maryville one, and now the Ole Miss counter looking for a third, a dagger into the hearts of Maryville, but will not land.
And if you're Ole Miss, you can start to check this one off. The big mountain needed to climb early on in Group B. A 2-0 victory in game number 3, and they're looking for a third. Not gonna get it, but the score line stays the same. The victory going over to Ole Miss. And we got some chirping here at the land.
It's getting a little heated in here. I'm starting to feel it. I might have to unbutton another button of this shirt, but these players, they know what's at stake. There is 12 teams and $5,000 on the line, and hey, if that's how people want to do things, then I mean, hey, Lunar getting up and being excited, there is no problem with that.
Well, I mean, let's talk about Maryville, right? They're a team that has the ability to step right back into the ring. They've suffered a loss early on in the tournament, early on in the groups. The groups aren't everything. What is everything is Championship Sunday, right? And this is a squad that is going to regain, and they're going to probably more likely than not get some wins down the road, right? They're a really, really good squad. But congratulations to Ole Miss. Early win here to make a statement in Group B to go, we are the ones that you need to be worried about. We are the Sharks.